evening, everyone, and welcome to the Maitland City Council meeting of March 14th, 2022, Pi Day. This is the moment when I remind Mr. Thomas to silence his phone, and everybody else as well. And let's start off the meeting with a moment of silence. Thank you. And if you would, please rise with me and pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We have no public hearing, so what we're going to do oddly right away is to adjourn this meeting and convene the CRA. So we're adjourned and convened at the CRA. And our first order of business as the CRA is to approve the CRA meeting minutes of September 27th, 2021.
May I move we approve the minutes?
Okay. The motion is second. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Guthrie.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas.
Aye.
Councilmember Wild.
Aye.
Mayor Lowndes.
Aye. Okay. Is there any old business?
Just briefly, as you may have noticed, we do not have an appointed CRA board member. The term expired in December and no one has been appointed at this juncture. So we have reached out to the county, they are aware, and so we just await the appointment of them.
Okay. And we can, I guess, function without a representative?
Yes, I mean, if there's anyone who's interested, they may want to reach out to Commissioner Bonilla and express their interest.
Okay. All right. And that's the only old business?
Yes.
Any new business?
So tonight, if you remember, the legislature passed a law last year or the year before, that CRAs are now audited independently and separately. So you get a separate CRA financial statement. It's not as large as the cities. It's pretty easy to digest, but that is a requirement, and that will get sent off to the county tomorrow if once you receive it.
So, Sharon, do you want to introduce that item? We're going to go through it, or are we just going to receive it?
Essentially, you receive it. The auditors have issued their opinion and all of the required compliance reports. So,
And we have it. We just have a motion to
receive. Yes, you're just receiving.
Okay. We'd like to help you with that.
I'll make a motion to receive the fiscal year 2021 CRA audited financial statements.
I'll second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Consider vote.
Councilmember Guthrie.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas.
Aye.
Councilmember Wild.
Aye.
Councilmember Mayor Lowndes.
Aye. Okay. Is that the only new business?
Yes, that is all we have.
Okay. So let's adjourn the CRA and convene the council, and we'll go on with our typical city business. Any old business? The city manager.
So we have just a reminder, March 22nd is a volunteer event and the deadline is this week. So we're trying to get a final head count this week. Additionally, it's been a while, but Art and History came before the council and had a conceptual site plan approved under their agreement. They will be coming back to move that forward, most likely the first meeting in April, to present what it is they want to move forward with and to request an extension from the council for some additional time to get that done. So that will then, not a decision for you to make except for the extension, they will proceed through staff and then come back to you at the end for your approval once staff has reviewed it.
Okay. And that was something that we reviewed, or some of us
2015,
reviewed.
yeah.
I mean, it's been some time, so it's time for the new council to see again what they want to do.
Right, and I believe it is actually different than the concept that you saw, so that they need to sort of outline what those differences are going to be. Additionally, it's not happening all at once. Looks like it'll be happening in pieces, so there's a couple things to consider.
Okay.
And then on your dais, the Jazz and Blues Festival, just a reminder, that is coming up. And Jay has left, that's the 1st and 2nd of April, and Jay has left you a pass and some information about parking and the events that will be happening that weekend.
Okay, great. All right, well, that's it for the old business. Let's move on to the consent agenda. Does anybody from council want to remove any of the items from the consent agenda? Yes, we can. No? Okay. Does anybody from the public have any comments on consent agenda items 2 through 6? Seeing none, let's close the public comments and a motion will be in order.
Mayor, I move approval of the consent agenda.
A motion and a second. Clerk, please read the roll.
Councilmember Guthrie?
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas?
Aye.
Councilmember Wild?
Aye.
Mayor Lowndes?
Aye. Okay, now it's the public period. This is the portion of our meetings where anybody from the public can get up and address us on any matter that's not on the agenda. And see, we have a taker already.
Well, that couldn't have been better timing for a gal who snuck in late. I'm Stacy Larson. I'm the director of the Maitland Public Library. It's been a while since I came up here. I'm here to invite you tonight to participate in our annual poetry contest. National Poetry Month is in the month of April. So every year as part of Poetry Month, we do a contest for adults and youth. We offer cash prizes sponsored by our friends of the library group. They're not huge, but they're cash, like actual cash. So it's a good prize. This year's theme is grounded, and you can do with that whatever you would like to do. We asked it be an original poem. It's on a single page, typed in a legible font. Don't do it in 6-point font. I can't read that. And get us your submission by midnight, April 1st. So
Okay.
everybody here is eligible, except me.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Stacy. Anybody else? We take a moment. No? Okay, let's close the public period and move on to decisions. We have one tonight for the appeal of a waterfront structure permit. And would our Public Works Director, Chris Kennedy, please introduce the item? Assistant Public Works Director.
Good evening. Originally, the initial submittal was denied by staff. It was not acceptable with current code. However, through the appeals and looking at the surrounding docks and other structures in the area, staff does support the appeal. We have reached out to the surrounding homes, and we've heard back from 2 of them. Both of them are also in support.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions of Mr. Kennedy? Questions at all? Or the applicant?
Does this get addressed in anything? I guess it's no. No. Okay. I mean, my question is, if this is something that we are looking, that we have no problem with, is this something that we should address in the code? Does the code need revision? Or is this something that, because of this unique situation, we think the code still should stay? But
We believe the code should stay. Really, it is a unique situation with the surrounding homes.
So is the current, I was looking at the diagram, but also on just Google Earth. Is the current structure kind of at the back of the canal, the very end of the canal?
The current structure is, they can't rebuild in that same spot, so they would need to move a little bit further up into the main body of the canal.
Okay. All right.
So there's been no, I mean, it's not in the way of any boats going by. It's been there forever. They're just asking to build what they've already had, rebuild what they've already had.
It's not in the exact same location, so it is a little further up and around their lots.
Right. But I mean, it's not going to hamper anybody. any boat traffic? Or?
It should not.
Okay. I understand the applicant's here with the contractor. Would anybody have any questions? I mean, the applicant, or would you all like to speak?
No, sir, we're just here to answer any questions that anyone may have regarding the project.
Okay. All right.
Residents.
Let's open it up for public comment. Does anybody have any comment?
Dale McDonald, 108 Tangelo Court, being an old BCA guy. To set up any precedents that may bite us later? Thanks.
Anybody else? Any other public comment? Seeing none, close the public hearing, and I would just pose that question to Mr. Kennedy. Is this, I mean, it looks to me to be fairly unique because this thing is at the cul-de-sac of a canal.
Right. We do not believe it sets a precedent because of its unique location.
Okay.
It's an odd shape, obviously, which.
Right. And the nature of the lot itself.
Right.
Almost being like a corner lot, but on
Right.
the canal.
But no.
Okay.
I'd ask.
Yeah, there's a fair question. Is there any further discussion? Anybody have anything to say about it at all? Okay. If not, then the motion would be in order.
I'll make a motion to approve the lot for, what's the address on there?
170.
To 170 Shell Point West.
I'll second that.
It is basically overturning the denial.
Correct.
It's an approval
Of the appeal.
The appeal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second.
Councilmember Thomas?
Aye.
Councilmember Wild?
Aye.
Councilmember Guthrie?
Aye.
Mayor Lown?
Aye. Okay. All right, you guys are good to go with your talk.
Enjoy it. Have a lot of good days out there.
I'll be fishing for bass by the pond.
Okay. Next item is the 2022 municipal election results. And Madam Clerk, would you read the official results to be recorded into the minutes?
The canvassing board accepted and certified the official results of the general municipal election held on Tuesday, March 8, 2022, as prepared by the election clerks, inspectors, and supervisor of election staff. Candidate Lori Wurzel received the majority of total votes cast in the regular municipal election, therefore is declared councilmember-elect for seat 1. Total votes cast were 2,003. The official results had Pauline Lilling receiving 339, Bev Raponen receiving 661, Lori Wurzel receiving 1,003 votes. Seat number 3, incumbent Councilmember Wild, was unopposed and therefore declared re-elected in accordance with Section 8.03 of the city charter. Both shall serve a term of 3 years beginning at the second council meeting after the certification of election. This is scheduled for Monday, April 11, 2022.
Okay, thank you. I guess we have, these are read into the minutes, so if somebody wants to make a motion to include those in the minutes.
If I claim this is rape, can I stay on council?
We would have to call on Chief Manuel and throw it out.
Since it's your chair, we'll give you the honor of making a motion. You gonna make a motion?
Oh.
I was gonna give you the honor since it's your chair.
Oh,
Make
okay.
sure we have it in the minutes.
I will make a motion to accept the 2022 municipal election results.
Okay,
I'll second.
all right, motion in a second.
Councilmember Wild?
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas?
Aye.
Councilmember Guthrie?
Aye.
Mayor Lown?
Aye. Congratulations to you, Lori, you're back there. Soon we'll be up here, so, excellent, welcome. Is there any discussion items? Anybody has tonight, bring anything up? We'll be setting a record here tonight. Reports, Mr. City Attorney?
I have nothing, sir.
Nothing.
Not a thing today.
When's the hearings?
I want to say it's May 23rd. I gave it the last time. I can look it up if you need to know before we leave. I think it's, I know it's in May. I think it's.
I couldn't remember when.
Okay.
Just, I don't know, you saw the League of Cities information, but we really did kind of dodge a bullet because the legislator got caught up in sort of whatever the other stuff they were dealing with. They had been tackling sovereign immunity the last 3 years, talking about taking up to $1 million per incident, and it died. It just died while they worked on quite a few other important legislative issues.
Well, we did get some of the important stuff. We did get funding for a couple of our projects in Maitland, right?
So the, not for the sewer, that was through a grant, but art and history. Art and history.
So we got $2 million for the sewer?
Yes, that's through the agency though, not through
That's a nice chunk of change.
There's a couple other, there's a $5,000 bonuses if the governor signs it for new police officers and police officers coming from out of state, $1,000 each for firefighters and correctional officers.
Okay.
There was only one bill, I think that's sort of painful, and Cliff, you may have more information. It's the one where if we pass any ordinance that costs a business 15% of its revenues, they can sue us.
Yeah, apparently the legislature has never shied away from coming up with ways for other people to sue cities. I do not know the logic behind that, but I can tell you that it is extraordinarily frustrating. I guess it's part of being pro-business and anti-government, which, of course, they're not like that, because they tell you they're not every time they run for election. That's all I can tell you. It makes no sense.
Pro-attorney.
How are you supposed to know it's going to affect the business of it? I mean, just think about that for a minute. Think of the logic. Somebody actually thought that out. I have no idea.
It came up with 15%.
Yeah.
So every business that goes out, goes under, can come back and sue us.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, how do you know?
Because they say so.
They say so. What? It's all because of that. There's a causation issue.
Is this not the pet store? Is this not sort of in response to the pet store banning, which?
But you know, I mean, the thing is, we had this discussion. I forget the other brilliant maneuver that they had planned at one time, where you were supposed to do financial impacts of everything that you've ever had. How?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to do that?
Well, they're gonna sue teachers too, so.
Well, I don't have a problem with
I
that.
have to
Get
I have to get my wife's liability insurance too, I guess.
Which might get the home.
Right, okay. Well, just one final thing. The volunteer appreciation celebration is Tuesday, March 22nd at the Germain Memorial Building. Please, everybody come and celebrate.
We have Councilmember Guthrie, Councilmember Wild, and Mayor Lowndes down.
Light hors d'oeuvres and berries.
Jessica, are you coming?
Okay,
Okay.
You gotta pay for the beer though.
beer's on the bear.
Yeah. Okay, anything else for the good of the order before we run out of here? All right. We're adjourned.